Hi, George V here. Today I just want to talk about opening a bank account in the Philippines. I successfully did that yesterday, and I think it's very important if you're a foreigner, expat living in the Philippines, because if you lose a card, you've got a local place where you can go and get a new card. If you've got any difficulties with banking issues, you can do it locally. So I find that it's an essential thing that you need if you're going to live in the Philippines. So anyway, I'm quite happy that I was successful yesterday, and I'm just going to pass you on my experiences in opening a bank account. So hopefully this will help some people. So I went yesterday, and I've went to BPI Bank. I was fairly impressed with BPI Bank. I use them to withdraw cash from my foreign credit cards and ATM cards, and I was fairly impressed with the exchange rate. So that was my first point of call. But after being there, I was informed that because I'm on a tourist visa, I am unable to open an account at BPI Bank, which was very disappointing, but that's their rules, so that's fair enough. So my next bank that I attempted to open an account or get some information from was BDO Bank. Now, I know they're very popular. They seem to have a lot of branches, so I went in there and just inquired on some of their policies and fees and information. So after going in there and getting this information, I declined. I didn't really want to open an account with BDO, and the reasons are personal, my reasons, and I'll pass them on to you. They might be the same for you, or it might not worry you. But my first concern was that I had to deposit $500 into the account to open the account. So I found that to be a bit hefty. As it's a new account, and I'd like to sort of try them out, see the customer service before I put too much money into a bank, just in case I'd want to change. So that wasn't ideal for me. I didn't think that was a good thing for the bank or for myself to go along with that. Another thing that I found out was if you deposit cash, you can't access that cash straight away. So there's a bit of a cooling off period for cash deposits. So it may be different at different branches, but the branch I went to, that's what I was told. So I wasn't impressed with that, so I left the bank. I thanked them for their time, but I decided that I wasn't going to open a BDO bank account. So I did some more research online, looked at a few banks in my area where I seem to spend most of my time, and I come up with Commerce Bank of the Philippines. So I went to the branch in Tagbilaran, and they were very helpful. The whole process took about 20 minutes, which I found quite reasonable. Very similar to Australia, with a few little differences, but I'd say, yeah, I was quite surprised. They seem to be a little bit more streamlined. They seem to be able to process things a little bit quicker, which I was impressed with. So anyway, I'll tell you what I had to provide, and hopefully this will help you open a bank account in the Philippines on a tourist visa. But there are things that you need to open an account on a tourist visa. And the first one that all the banks asked for was an ACR card. You must have an ACR card to open a bank account in the Philippines. And if you haven't got your ACR card, I've got a video below. Give that a watch. That might be helpful to you. And so that was the first thing I had to provide. The second thing I had to provide was a driver's license, Filipino driver's license. Now, I'm not sure if that was a necessity, but they accepted that as ID, so I used my Philippines driver's license. And they also wanted photo ID from my own country. So I used my driver's license ID from Australia, which was successful. So they were the three things I needed. Also, they took a picture. They wanted a picture of me. I'm not sure why. And also, I had to give, I think, 6 samples of my signature to put into their system. Now, my account is an online account with an ATM card. So I haven't got passbooks, but I'm presuming you can still withdraw money from the bank. So that was my experience opening a bank account in the Philippines. I found the staff excellent. They were absolutely excellent and very helpful, very streamlined, and like I said, very similar to opening an account in Australia. The only difference was the photograph. So just because Commerce Bank was good for me, I found them quite good for me, but you need to do your own research, find out what is good for you, because there's so many different variables when you do your banking. Certain things that I don't like might not worry you. So please do your own due diligence, searching to see what bank is right for you. This is just one of many banks in the Philippines. If you've got any questions, there is something I do want to mention, that to open the account, it was only 500 peso to open the account, which I thought was reasonable. So that was another bonus for me. So yeah, that's just something else. But if you've got any questions, put them in the comments and I'll try and answer any questions that you may have. But that's about it for today. So it's George B saying, catch you on the next one. Bye for now.